What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Vacation Time with Ryan. I got a story time for y'all. This is a different one. This has nothing to do with a female, so this is just a night out with the bros, and it ended kind of a little crazy, right? Which you'll probably see in the title. But anyways, this is your boy, Vacation Time with Ryan, bringing you real stories from real trips and real situations. I am about to go on my Sunday jog/run/walk. So we're gonna shoot it off with the story time, and then we'll go running right after. I'll probably let you guys see the beautiful scenery outside. So as you guys know, I just came off of an event that I threw in the Dominican Republic. Thank you guys again for pulling up. And as you also know, I lost the content. So I had footage of this night playing out, but I'm gonna just give you the story time instead because I lost that content. It was a Saturday, the day before the event, and everyone's in town. So I said, hey, if you guys are down to go out, let's go to Sparta Lounge, right? So that was originally where we were going to meet up at, Sparta Lounge. So, everyone's like, all right, cool, Sparta Lounge, 10 o'clock, right? So I have me and my date with me, and we pulled up, and one of the bros pulled up there. I'm just not going to use any names for this story, because what does it matter? Because everyone watching probably is not going to know who I'm talking about anyways. And if you do know, if you watch the live streams or you know the crew, then you know it's all good. So one of the bros pulled up. Actually, he got there first. So it was me, my date, and one of the bros. Now we get there, it's mad early. I guess for Sparta Lounge, it's kind of early. So it was kind of quiet out there. There was some people out there, and you know how it goes in DR. They like rushing you, like, buy a bottle. So we like, hold tight. We're not gonna pop a bottle yet because, first of all, I don't even like this vibe right now, and second of all, my people ain't show up yet. So we're gonna just wait a little bit for my people. So as we sitting there waiting, all right, I'm outside now, excuse me. So yeah, we're sitting there waiting for the rest of the guys to show up. So it's just me, my date, and one of the bros so far. So the vibe was kind of quiet and wasn't that much people there. So I was talking to the bros, I was talking to bro, and we said, why don't we just go somewhere else? I don't know, I'm not feeling the vibe here right now at this moment and tonight. And I said, dang, but you know what? I got everyone coming here, and I told everyone here. And then we was like, well, let's just wherever we end up, let's just tell everyone that's where we at. Because, technically, they're late anyways. So I said, all right, bet. So we went outside, posted up out front to kind of regroup to see where we going next. Long story short, my date was like, I'm tired, can I just go back to the B&B, right? All right. And so I said, all right. So in my head, I'm thinking this is great. So now it could just be, if you have a date with you, you kind of got to babysit a little bit, respectfully. I say that respectfully when I say babysit, because shout out to her, she's cool. But yeah, so I said, all right, let me get rid of her so we could really just be outside, you feel me? So as I'm going to drop her off, bro came with me, and now she's like, she wants to grab food. And I said, all right, boom, it's late now. It's like 11:30 p.m. All the restaurants are like, most restaurants are closed. And she's like, I'm not trying to eat no like Burger King or McDonald's. So we like, oh, because the Airbnb was like 5 minutes away from the spot we were at. Now it's like, oh man, she killed my vibe. So now we find a spot finally, because she told me what she wanted to eat, and I Googled it. It's amazing to be single, I'm telling you right now. But anyway, so we find a spot, we get there, it's like a sit down type of vibe. They take like 20-30 minutes to get the food. I got people blowing me up. Hey, we here, where you at, where we at? And I felt bad because, some of the bros don't know the other bros, so we got people waiting, and they're waiting on me because I'm the one that kind of like the mediator that knows like everybody, right? Because a lot of people are in town for my event. So when they see the other bro, they don't know them, so they're not finna all get together and talk. I'm supposed to be there to be the one to kind of facilitate everyone meeting. So anyways, long story short, it took a long time. A couple of the bros left the spot because they were waiting for a while, and I felt bad. Food took a while. Boom, we took her home. Bro I was with, he grabbed the bottle from this like 24-hour grocery store that they have in Santo Domingo. It's 24 hours and they sell alcohol. So he grabs a bottle there on some after hours type ish. And he suggested, let's just go to the Malicon. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of wanted to go to like a club, but I was like, all right, let's try the Malicon thing where we're kind of like just gonna walk the strip, sit on the strip and just drink with the bottle. I was like, all right, let's try it. I never really done it like that. So I said, let's try it. Typically, if I go on a Malicon, I'm going to either Mixer or somewhere like an actual spot. But I said, all right, let's try it. So we got the bros together. We had a female friend also, and we went to the Malicon. It was actually a really good night. It was fun. We chopped it up, took shots, took drinks. But anyway, so we had a great time on the Malicon. You know, I was walking up and down. We were talking to people. I was recording all of that. So eventually we like, all right, let's leave. And you know, I always like to rent a car. So a couple of the bros like, hey, can you drop me off? And I'm like, all right, bet. You know, that's one thing about renting a car. You gonna be dropping, like, cause if everyone takes an Uber there, they're like, hey bro, you might as well drop me back. So I'm like, all right, bet. All right, bet. So one of the bros said he's by Zona Colonial, and the other bro, he was actually there too. So, oh wait, actually, let me give you a mini story in the middle of my story, sorry. As we're walking back to the car, right, this this Dominican was following us and talking to one of the bros. Me, I didn't speak to him because I knew when you entertain certain individuals, not everyone, but there's certain individuals that be out and about. If you entertain them, they're gonna want money from you, right? So as he's literally walking us back to the car, and I'm like, I just assume like, okay, y'all know him because he ain't talking to me and he ain't walking with me, because I would tell him like, nah bro, I don't need anything from you, because I know at the end of the day, you're just gonna ask me for money at the end, and I'm going to feel obligated because I'm gonna feel like this dude walked me to my rental car, right? So he's talking to them, he's speaking a little English, you know. So the fact that he spoke English, I was like, maybe he's not out here like trying to get some money, but I knew he was. All right, bet. So we get back to the car. He's like, hey man, you guys think you can give me like, I forgot what amount he asked for. You know, he could throw me some money, da. And I just laughed. I'm like, I knew it. That's why I wasn't like talking to him. So I'm thinking, all right, cool, they got it. But there was like, one of the other bros was like, yeah, me too. I wasn't talking to him too because I knew it too. And then I think another one of the bros was like, I ain't got no cash for him. It was something like that. And he looking at me like, bro, please man, could you da. And I'm like, bro, I don't know why you walked back. I don't know why you walked back with us. Like, it just, I don't know why you did that. And that's the reason I wasn't speaking to you, because I kind of knew that's what you wanted, right? So anyways, it was cool. We ended up giving him a tip, some money, and he was cool. Then he was like, oh, he just said, which way you guys going? Let me jump in with you guys and just drop me down. I said, no, sir. We don't know you like that, brother. He's like, please, man, just right there. I'm like, nah, I can't help you, bro. I can't. I'm like, listen, we give you a little tip. That's cool, but you can't get in this car, brother. I'm sorry, you can't get in this car. You cannot get in this car. So, bro, he he begged to get in the car for a while. And I'm like, bro, you're not getting in this car, bro. Like, you're not getting in this car. So he ended up letting it go, and we left. Even the bros that was with me, they like, yeah, nah, don't let him in the car. So I didn't even unlock the door until he walked away. All right, bet, cool. Sorry, a little side story. And y'all hit the like button, like, comment, subscribe, man. For those of you guys that like my story times, I appreciate you. And for those of you, if you don't like it, or if you feel whatever, cool, you can go watch somebody else that you like. And I say that respectfully, I don't say that in a cocky or whatever way. You know, value your time. If you don't like what you hear, watch what you like. Anyways, so yeah, I thought that was kind of a little funny part of the story too, of the night, I should say. So, all right, bet. So I got the two bros with me, all right? So one of the bros, we got to give him a nickname at this point. All right, so one of the bros, we're going to call him Jamie, right? Jamie drinks a lot. Like, I thought I drink, but nah, broski be drinking. Like, shout out to bro. I ain't going to put your name out, but he be drinking. Like, I done had times I called him on the trip midday and it sounded like he was lit. So I'm like, all right, cool. Hey, enjoy your trip. That's amazing. Cool. So he was drinking for real. So we like, all right, he said, yeah, I'm in Zona Colonial. And I'm like, so I just put in Zona Colonial in the address in the Google Maps. And we head there. So we get there. So I'm like, all right, bro, where you at? We're in Zona. And he's like, you gotta see the way he was acting that night too. He was like, just leave me right here. It's cool, just leave me right here. I said, I ain't finna leave you right here. I ain't finna leave you right here in the middle of nowhere. Like, this DR, bro. Like, nah, bro. I ain't finna have that on my conscience if something happens to you or something like that, you heard? So I'm like, nah, we not. Even bro that was with me too, he was like, bro, we're not leaving you right here, bro. Like, where's your Airbnb? And he's like, hold on. He's like, let me look at my phone. So we said, all right, bet, get the address, and then we'll leave you exactly where you're supposed to be at. So he's fumbling through his phone, and he's like, wait, turn right here. I said, all right, bet. Wait, turn right here. I'm like, okay, bet. He's like, wait, stop right here. Wait. Let me talk to these people right here. And then he's like, hey, and then I'm like, hey, no. I'm like, no. So I started driving off because we like, bro, we're not finna be talking to random. What are you going to ask these random people that you cannot ask Google? If you're gonna say, hey, I'm looking for XYZ, you can type it in Google. So now I'm slightly frustrated, but I'm like, all right, bro. So seriously, bro, where you at? Do you know the name of the building? And then eventually he reveals it's not an Airbnb, it's a hotel. So I said, oh, okay, great. This is awesome because we could just Google the name of the hotel. So we driving, he's like, turn here. I turn, he's like, oh, no, that's not it. Wait, turn right here. Oh, no, that's not it. He's like, I know where it is. Don't worry. Y'all leave me right here. I'm good. He's opening the door. I say, hey, no, Ninja, get in the car, bro. We're not leaving you out here. And he's like, I know where I'm at. I'm good. So we like, if you know where you're at and you're good, tell us where to go and we'll drop you there. This way we could see you kind of like getting home safe. You're like, bro, you're drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just want to make sure you make it home safe. And that's about it, right? So, all right, boom. So he sees this dude, right? He sees this this dude that appears, very, very much so appears to be homeless, right? Sees him walking and he's like, hey. And then he jumps out the car and starts talking to the homeless dude. So me and bro in the car was like, why are you talking to this homeless dude, right? So he asked the homeless dude, hey, do you know where so-and-so, whatever is at? I don't know what he described it as. And the dude was like, yeah, I got you, I'm gonna take you, right? So now he's walking with a homeless dude, and we are in the car following them saying, get in the car and leave this dude alone. You don't know this dude, right? And he's like, it's cool, we got it. And the homeless dude is getting angry at us because he's looking at us like, y'all knocking my play. He's good, y'all could leave. And we're like, nah, fam, we're not leaving you with this dude. Get in the car. And he's like, we good. And the homeless guy's like, I know where it is. And they walking mad fast. And he's like, all right, we're gonna turn up here. So boom, they turn up there, and then they make another turn, and we're following them in the car because we wanna make sure everything cool. So then they stop, and the homeless dude's like, and it's like, we like, bro, this man don't know where you at, bro. Get in the car, bro. We'll figure this shit out, right? So eventually, like, we pull up right beside, we like, bro, get in the car. You guys are bugging. So if I'm not mistaken, like, he whipped around the car and they jumped out and started just heading completely the other way. So I go to turn real quick to follow them because I don't trust this dude he's with. So when he jumps over, like, oh, it's over here. And so I quickly turn that way. Boom, a moto that was coming from behind, like I'm turning right, moto come boom, hits me right in the back, right in the back side of the car. So I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. I was sick to my stomach. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, dang, bro, you made me hit him up. I got out the car. I was so mad. I jumped out the car. I was. Good morning. I was using profanity, and I was like, oh, bro, I was like, man, you made me hit the moto, bro. I'm like, man, F this, I'm out, man, da-da-da-da. I was mad, right? So bro with me was like, hey, bro, hey, chill. You can't leave. You can't leave. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not leaving. I'm gonna pull over to the side. So the dude hops off the moto, and he's like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, ray, rah. So he's barking. I'm like, I look at his moto, I look at him. I'm like, bro, you good, dog. I'm like, you good. He's like, nah, pull over. Like, pull to the side. Like, he was pissed. He's like, nah, pull to the side. So I'm like, pull to the side for what? You're good, your moto is good. If anything, my rental's only probably whip that looked like it had a little damage on it, right? So at this point, I'm furious, dog. I'm even looking at, like, bro, like, man, you see what you caused, bro? If you would have just stayed in the car. So I pulled to the side to see whatever, cause I'm thinking in my head, this dude is okay, his moto's okay. He probably just about to just try to get some money out of us. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna offer him like $200 or something like that. You know, I was thinking, worst case scenario, I'll probably give him like 200, right? So as I turn to pull to the side to go speak with the moto, he left. He literally left. He was just like, I ain't got time for this. He just drives off. I was like, thank you. I was like, thank you. I was like, cool. Because he could have just extorted us, like, and we would have gave him money because, you know, we don't want problems in another country. We would have paid him. I would have paid him. I know I would have. Let me not speak for everyone. I would have paid him. So that was a close one. I posted on my story, I hit a moto, right? I would never really post that like that in the heat of, like, I would never post that like that. But in the moment, I posted it because, I ain't gonna lie. And in the heat of the moment, I just posted, hey, I hit a moto. And a bunch of people, I woke up with a bunch of texts the next morning. I was like, why did I post that, right? So I quickly deleted it because, yeah, we got in a little whatever with a moto, but everything was cool. So, you know, a few people were concerned, like, yo, you hit a moto, what the hell, you good? Even Dominicans were hitting me like, one Dominican hit me like, bro, you good? Because da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, I'm cool. You know, I shouldn't have posted that. Everything turned out cool. So after that, Jay got back in the car. At this point, me and bro both frustrated at this point, and we said, hey, we love you, dog, but the closest you think you are to your hotel, we'll leave you there, because we're going around for like an hour, and he can't seem to find the hotel. We can't find it. We don't know where he's at. He don't know where he's at. I'm like, at this point, either you're gonna come back, pause to stay at one of our Airbnbs and we figure it out tomorrow, or so the main strip of Zona Colonial, everybody knows the main strip where everyone walks. We said we'll leave you there, because he said I know how to get there walking from there, from that main strip. So he said I do it every day, I know where I'm at. So I said, all right, that makes sense, because that main strip, a lot of us know how to navigate it. So we left from there. I hit him up the next morning. I said, hey, did you make it home safe? He said, yeah, I'm good. What's up, bro? So he made it home safe. Everything was cool. Everything turned out cool. Now it's like a funny story that we laugh about. In the heat of the moment, it was serious. Getting in an accident with a moto and not being able to find your hotel. It's funny now, but it was serious in the moment. So take what you will from this story, man. If you're gonna go out with the bros, make sure everyone knows where their hotel or Airbnb is. So if you gotta take them back home, you know where to take them. It's your boy Vacation Time with Ryan. Hey man, I really appreciate you guys watching. Drop a 100 in the comments if you made it to the end. If you like stories like this, let me know in the comments. If you don't like stories like this, you could let me know as well. And I know everyone doesn't like my story times, and then when you guys hear a story time, some people are waiting for this crazy climax, this crazy ending. So I'm gonna just put what happens in the script, in the title of the story, so you guys know what the wow factor of the story time is, so you know whether you want to invest your time in it or not. And if you are here at the end, I appreciate you. That means you really rock. But if you feel like you don't like it, like I said, it's cool. You know, there's some YouTubers out there that you probably like. You could go watch them and you could enjoy it. Salute to you guys. Questions, comments, concerns, ideas, stories. I still have stories of y'all's that I need to make into a story time. I got to study the story well and figure out how I'm gonna story time it. Because doing a story time, you can't just read from an email. You gotta piece it together and say the whole story in your head. Anyways, Vacation Time with Ryan. Happy week to y'all. Peace.